Hey there, folks. It's 12:20 p.m. Saturday, June 23rd. Zero completion. 22 is the elder's number, double elder's number of understanding, thought process, and people coming together. And one is of the self or the whole. Because of the way I had to write book 3, it can be confusing as to what the final edition was. If you go to Amazon.com or Europe or whatever, any of the Amazon companies, and there's some other bookstores that have it, but not many. This information is new. It takes a while for it to get around. If you look at it, if you go to Amazon.com and then go to Essex Creation, it's got the whole creation series up there, plus the room books. I haven't been able to breathe worth a damn in the past few weeks, and it's nice to be doing a video, because when that happens, what I am inside opens my lungs up to keep going, to get something important done. My videos usually take a while. It's hard for me to talk, get something out, but I have a little repetition also, and that's because there's always new people coming in, and there's certain basic things that are simple known facts, and when they hear them, it just things start making sense. That's why this site slowly grows. None of this crap's about me. It's about everybody. And of course, this isn't crap. I shouldn't say that. This is important information you've never had anywhere. Anyway, if you go to Amazon.com, click on Creation Book 3. It's the bright orange, pink, and yellow one. It's got a little purple stuff in there. Creation is History, Explosive Evolution, and ET Arrivals on Earth by J. Essex. I want to change that to J. Arae, Essex, but it would have messed things up too much, made too much of a headache. Reason why is we're not these bodies, we are what we are inside. Anyway, haven't shut down a while, but now I'm not just shutting down, I'm falling away. That's why my body's getting so huge. The liver's on the right side of the body. Those of you that know me, I've got heart disease. I've had 7, 8 heart attacks since, depending on the strength of it, whether or not you want to call it one. That's why 7 or 8. 4 of them knocked me on my ass since November last year, 2017. I have an enlarged heart now. I've got COPD, number 3 cause of death in the country. It was a year or 2 ago. Don't know what it is now. Number 4 cause of death was chronic lower lung infections, CLLI. Then cirrhosis is number 12, and of course heart disease is number 1. So I got 3 out of the top 4. Whoop. No biggie. I've had to do this to myself because nothing would get me home. Still have to kill stuff on the other side from time to time, but nothing like I used to. There's other parts of me outside that are keeping stuff away from me for the most part. Now that I'm finally at this end stage of leaving of this body's living existence. Cirrhosis just fills your body up with water. I've had a couple friends send something. It's like, look at this on the internet, where you can lose weight. People, when you see an animal that got hit on the side of the road, and after a couple of days it starts blowing up, getting bigger in size, that's because the cell walls break down, the fluids just go all through the body, you start swelling. The same basic thing's been happening to me for a while inside. I said something on a video a long time ago, well over a year ago, and I said, my looks are going to change, my weight's going to change, don't think anything of it, it's a natural process. I got to get out of here. I'm not going to put a gun on my head or cut myself or something like that to leave. I'm already doing it inside slowly. There's large parts of me outside of what I am inside Arae, already outside doing things on the other side. Getting some things settled down, but it won't be final until I leave this body. That's when I come out, Arae. I'm the head of the nail, that is Arae. So when I come out, then the hammer drops. Things will change. There's no mystical, magical crap. There's no God. That's all been a bunch of crap people were told was real so that they would worship something, and it was the original first being male and female wanted that worship. That's in all the books, just in videos. Well, we're not going down that road again. But back to book 3, the final last edition of it. If you go to Amazon.com and you click on the book, I think you just left click on the book cover, and it goes one page, then another page. Well, this is how you can tell you have the final edition. Okay, that's all you can buy on Amazon.com. All that, because that's through CreateSpace, they're my publishers. That's the only place you can buy books and be guaranteed that is from this final printing. Okay, you have the cover page, and then you have the cover, the outside, inside, and then the first page. That would be Roman numeral 1. And Roman numeral 2, which is, the numbering doesn't start to right here, which is Roman numeral 3. But if you look at here, there's a copyright at the bottom, and then further up, there's some information. Okay, that you won't find that on anything but the final copy. Around the middle of it, it says in bold print, the timeline presented in this book will begin upon the death of the J. Essex body, freeing Arae from his prison. That's right in the middle, the bold type. Okay? So, and if it did have a number on it, it would be Roman numeral 2. Turn this tablet off. Oh, crud. My hand just swiped to get it, did something. I don't have the first clue how to use much of this stuff. Anyway, this book has got so much stuff in it. Okay, it's been for sale for a long time on Amazon.com. I signed of books 1, 2, and 3, and the Rune book, the manual for the Rune book. You can call it a manual, reference, whatever. So there's one around here. It's a green book. It's got the rune on the front of it. It says Jarrett's Runes of Awakening. All 4 books total, we have, I don't know, maybe 250 copies, maybe 300 copies. Not of each total. Deanna will open up the store in just a little bit. I can't even hardly walk anymore at all. My cirrhosis hasn't started at the feet and the legs, and everything goes up through your body, makes you numb, but it fills up with water. Take a look at this. Okay, take a look at that hand. It looks like I punched something out. I got bit by something I'm allergic to. The left hand's got a little swelling, but not as much. That's because the right side of the body with cirrhosis, the right side of the body gets hit harder. Those wrinkles, that's from when I got doused with gasoline, lit on fire, just kind of a freak work accident. Burnt 60% of my body, 30% really bad second, third degree burns. There's no way to apply a pressure bandage right there, so it's pretty fried. Anyway, I can talk for a good run, and then it catches up with me. Anyway, those books are for sale. That's how you tell what it is. I'll be out of here sooner than Dan has got stuff she's got to do for at least a month, but she and I both really are expecting it to be more like 2 months. So, and that gives me plenty of time to get stuff done on the other side. Time of change. It's been changing a lot. But things are about to come. All the stupidity and abuse and harassment from spirit to physical bodies on the other side is about to come to a halt. Something will sneak in every once in a while, and then it'll be stopped. If it does it again, I'm going to delete it permanently. New people coming in. Who is this nut? I'm your oldest brother. I'm the janitor. Like I said before, book 3, how the body functions, how your spirit and your energy move through the human body or humanoid body, whether it's this planet or another, and animal bodies are almost exactly identical. How the spirit flows through the physical body to do what it does. Why the pineal gland creates multidimensional vision, and the scanner, which is up here, the scanner produces remote viewing. How does it do it? Okay, it comes from what gland, what energy field around what gland, but what controls it? And how do your own person with frequencies, that which you actually are, spirit, sentient energy, not the body but you, how does that relate, fit in, and run it? That's right, you run it. But it can be controlled easily from the outside. What the earth's going to look like, what's going to happen, your government's work, the free housing and food for everyone, how you get ahead in that society. It's all coming. It's all in the book, but it's all going to happen like that. That's how it's set up to happen. And I was concerned about getting out of here, but for the end of 2018, which is when I'm going to make sure that our ET friends pop in and say hi. They're ready and waiting. They're waiting on me to hurry up and die. This body, not me, but those of you that open up and extend yourself outwards, they'll be coming to see you, to say hi. They'll talk to the governments, but they'll talk to you. Governments destroyed with the way they were controlled. The governments destroyed this just about. Just about destroyed the earth. They're not stupid. So they recognize our governments as a supposed regulating body that doesn't do any such thing. So Lena, female dragon of air, she's outside. There's so much stuff for you all to find out about. And the more you relax and open up, it just happens. I've never had a philosophy or a religion or something like that to offer, because they're not real. What's real is the truth of everything around you. And as you get stronger, you start utilizing, understanding, and developing your abilities. And as they get stronger, abilities, metaphysical abilities, then you see stuff for yourself. I just tell you what's there and how it happened, and later on you find out for yourself. I would have loved to have been able to deliver all this information and never talk about what I am, who I am inside. It doesn't work like that. Everybody started pestering me about, well, how do you know, blah, 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 and then you just explain it. They say you're nuts. Talked about cranking people up, and they said, yeah, you're nuts. And then a couple people get on the internet and YouTube, and they were going crazy, saying Jay's full of this, full of that. And then a year and a half later, they say, okay, so we can do it. So what? I still don't like them. Like me, don't like me, believe me, don't, doesn't matter. My job was to bring you the information and to help you become yourself, so that you can live your own life, making up your own decisions. The things that used to control you, original first being male and female, and those angels, the first angels, they're gone, they're dead. You finally have almost total free will, but there's still some stupid spirit running around the other side messing with people. So some of them are trying to help, don't know what they're doing. And they won't stop. You all know Hawaii's changing. And I've mentioned that Pacific plate's gonna, the Pacific tectonic plate, the large one that covers North and South Pacific, it's gonna crack. Pressure in the middle and pressure around the edges of it, what they call it, part of the ring of fire. It's gonna unsettle it, and it's just gonna crack. It's overdue. Eventually there'll be more land masses building up. Parts of Lemuria will be coming back up. Divers will find that out. Atlantis is in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's not coming up. It'll move around, but it ain't coming up. There's islands from Lemuria that are going to come up and come through the water. Poor Hawaii, it's growing so large right now. There's a part of Arae from the beginning. I talked about it when I went to Oahu, Hawaii. Deanna and I went. His name is something like Paolo. And that part of me still running around there. trying to keep the lava flowing in the best possible way. Anyway, the important thing is you find out who you are, what you can do, the fact that you're a metaphysical being inside a physical body, trapped but having a life. And when it's time to get out, it'll start getting easier. Anyway, those of you that are having a hard time talking with your spirit guides, I made these cards. It's got the Elder Fruit. This is a beat up one. This is Jared's Runes of Awakening. They're runes, but they're in cards. It's got the Elder Fruit art and a lot more than just that. Other symbols I've used on different planets. And this is what the DVD looks like. So, and then there's the book somewhere behind me there, I believe. If not, you'll see it under author J. Essex and Creation, or just go there and go J. Essex Creation. That's where you all came from. Who you really are. I've explained stone energy and stuff. These bodies come from the planet, so do stones. They have different materials in it which contain different frequencies. And as spirit, that of Gaia, this planet, plus Essenite and star matter, and Gaia, creation's first, this universe is largest planet, man. This thing is huge. That's where Essence had all their lives. Anyway, also in all the books, I had to rewrite them to talk about the first universe that the souls were put in as an experiment, and the souls themselves. And that was the original first being, male and female, what others call God, trying to figure out how small could they make them, and they could still be abused to make them bigger. And they weren't strong enough. And then the second universe, which is much larger in size, which also is located around the previous location of Gaia, the first planet that Essence, the different fields of Essence had lives on. As part of this universe. So however you want to look at it, there was another universe that was made for these new souls to go into. But the one we're in was extended off of where Gaia was. It's a long story. The stuff's in the books. Plus, I also talk about the first being when it was coming together, 5 different energy fields, and then some heavy particulate matter that happened in the first dimension. I talk about how the Enneagram split away from that blending of 5 different energy fields. And then after I'd finished rewriting the books, and I went through hell with that, just the other side screwing with everything. Then a little piece of Aramelius that was still left floating around got a hold of some other beings and brought them to my attention, hoping that I'd stop and rewrite the books again, and no, that ain't gonna happen. Deanna will tell you more about them later, thespiritualfoundation.com. Deanna will tell you about them later. It's after when the first being was just being created out of happenstance, those 5 energy fields, and then the heavy particulate matter coming in, and really too much of it. Oh, that's being controlled now, by the way. And there's 4 new first beings being produced, and after that there'll be none. Anyway, after the Enegans were released a little further on down the road, another part of this, these energy fields coming together, another part was kind of removed. It never became male and female. The original first being was huge and out of loneliness, because it was first being, it was alone. These other 2 pieces were out floating around, but wanted nothing to do with it. It was alone. So out of loneliness, it split itself into 2 slightly different pieces. That was a creation of male and female. But these other 2 didn't do that. The Enegans didn't do that. And these other group, there's no name for them yet. Deanna will give that to you. I'll give it to her before I leave. Probably do it today. Anyway, they really just stayed away from everything. They stayed in their own little room and kept the door shut. But they've been around a long time, so this little piece of Arae, like I said, brought them out, trying to get me to rewrite the books again, stay longer. And Deanna will tell you about that later. And then, like I said, they never changed the male and female, so they never split into 2 separate but similar parts, which is male and female. So they're a little different. Anyway, Deanna's got so much stuff. Take a look at this. That's a Azurite and Malachite. That's where it was cut right there with a real fine blade. This stuff is nice. You ever want to feel a stone, get the most out of it, use fingertips from both hands. And it goes in this arm, that arm goes right down in your core. Anyway, book number 3, the Orange Creation book. That is literally a set of encyclopedias about metaphysical. You want to understand what's really going on, it's all there. And the stronger you become, you see for yourself whether or not it's true. Don't accept it. See how you feel about it. What happens when you follow anything blindly? Blind faith? What happens? You beat the crap out of your head in a wall. Beat your knees up on furniture. I don't understand that. We all need to understand things for ourselves. So after a while, you do find out people know stuff, and you tend to lean in their direction and said, okay, let's take a good look at this. Let's spend a little more time looking at this, because this person usually comes up with good stuff. Then you see it for yourself, by yourself, make up your own mind, and then that understanding belongs to you. It's yours. Anyway, I need to go lay down. No, we'll see, man. This body's going to shut down soon, finally. So, Deanna's store, thespiritualfoundation.com, and her company, The Spiritual Foundation, it'll be back open probably a couple of months after I'm gone, so I have to be here next week. It's just the other side messing with us. Put a whole new roof on there, and they screwed up the ventilation of it. I said, dude, man, it's not even any soffit vents on a quarter of the house. It's like venting ain't working. Tried to get out of it. The AC people, they screwed up stuff. They tried to get out of it. The original plumbers that came to the house, they screwed everything up. They were literally butchered the house. Cost me thousands of dollars to fix what they supposedly were installing, and I just put them out of the house, and then I got a new group. This new group is fantastic. They do really good work. I'm not mentioning any names. They got messed with to make sure the wrong stuff would happen. It's all gotten fixed right now anyway, but they got to finish doing some vent work next week. So, those of you that are waiting for me to leave, that we were clients and stuff at the beginning, and we all become friends, almost every one of us. I've got 2,000 contacts, a little over 2,000 contacts on my phone. These are not people I don't want to talk to. I can't anymore, though. Anyway, so for those of you that are coming, for those of you that know me, those 3 books, Creation, Volume 1, Creation, Its Beginning and Your Origin, Creation book number 2, Creation, Its Journey Evolving in a Paradise, The Source Wars, Death of the Original Angels and stuff, the death of the original first being male and female, and book 3, Creation, Its History, Explosive Evolution, and ET Arrivals on Earth. Those 3 books tell you your history, who you are, what you are. There's all different types of exercises and things in book 3 to help you wake up. There's power cards in here that have some of your different energy fields, and you can have people have parties with these things, and then they get one of these large spheres, real strong ones. This is a personal one for my brother Fernando. He's Deanna's brother. These are strong. Deanna makes really good strong spheres, so I had to stop. These things are powerful. You take one of these, you put it in the table. The stones go into you. Essonite's in here. There's, I don't know how many pages of stone and stuff. Their energies, the qualities, the different energy fields within your body, hope, compassion, healing, spiritual, and then healing physical, max power. And I've cranked up all these stones. I've used quantitative electroencephalograms and other stuff to prove that the fact that I can take my energy and throw it around is real, and the other 4,000 plus people that I've cranked up can tell you about the rest of it. I made videos with a couple of them, and the idea wasn't to try to sell myself. The idea was to give the information, do what I could, and get out of here. I was supposed to be left here about 10 times, probably. No one's gonna take me home, but that's okay, because slowly on the inside I've been what I am, who I am, Arae. I've been killing this body. And there's like nothing left of it anymore. It's filling up like a bloated animal on the side of the road. I haven't been able to wear shoes for a long time, slippers or nothing. Nothing's gonna keep me from going home, but I'm not going home by physically destroying my body. That doesn't leave you a good example. I did put myself in harm's way one time with two different, so I would be put in front of two different boards of psychiatrists. One of them, they had me under lockdown. So I was supposed to be for 5 days, but it turned out to be 8. If they found any problem, or thought I had a problem, they'd either put me on medication and made sure I had to keep seeing people, have appointments with psychiatrists, or even lock me up in an institution for a year where I couldn't get out. And then once I went, 5 days is a minimum, and I happened to be there during New Year's, and all the psychiatrists, they take a 3-day holiday, so I got an extra 3 days. I got 8 days. But they didn't put me on meds. They didn't say, come back, you need to see us. They just said, hey, just keep going. To let me get up, unlock my room and come out and go meditate in my own room. I was doing a lot of energy work. I taught them how to feel their own energy, how to understand it for themselves, and I left an imprint. Not about Essex, not about Arae, about a tired old man who was sick and could literally do amazing things with energy, but help other people realize and feel their own energy. Well, these crank-ups I'd teach people how to feel their energy, and we would not go forward with a crank-up until they felt their own energy. I didn't do it like that at first, but later on, as time went on, I realized I need to do that. They got to be $1,000 a pop. That's a lot. 900 or more for more people added. So you feel your energy, and it amazes people, like, wow. And that wasn't me doing it. That was them feeling their own energy. So then I'd work on them to do like a certain phase. Then I'd say, now feel your energy. And they'd say, holy crap, it changed. It's more like this, more like that. They put their hands over their head and they feel it over here. Then they feel it over here, and it feels different than those people that got the DNA ICU. So after cranking them up, the energy was so big and so strong. They had to. At first, before it started, they'd feel their energy right around here, and then when I finished, they couldn't even finish. They couldn't even feel it. So I said, now take your hands and turn them around, because your palms, the energy goes in and out. Your fingertips, energy goes in and out. So they go like that, and they said, crap. Now I can feel the warmth. I said, all right, without locking your elbows, stick your arms out as far as you can. And they said, it's getting hotter. I said, that's because you're getting closer to where your first little shell is and your energy. Am I real? Is this real? Yes. The cool thing, though, is that you're real. I've used a lot of personal stuff in my life as examples. If you see someone do something and you understand more about it, and the more you understand, the more confident you feel, the more confident you feel in yourself. And then you open up your mind to whatever possibilities exist. And then when you start feeling your own aura, then someone works on you, and then when you feel your own aura, and then someone works on you, and you feel it move, and you feel them in and out of your body with energy, yeah, then okay, you start realizing that there's something more to truth, to reality, than what you were previously aware of, which helps you take that door, open it up a little wider. Possibilities becoming probabilities, turning into a truer understanding of what really is called reality. All of you are spirit, sentient energy. You look in the mirror, you look at your face. You look in the mirror, you look at your face, and you see yourself. Well, you see yourself and the body you're in. It's like you're looking at yourself drive by in your car or truck. Now go look inside your eyeballs. First time you do it, it can be a little unnerving. That's you. That's the real you. The eyes, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. The eyes go right back into the brain. And in the middle of the brain is where the strongest part of your spirit lies. If you look at the table of contents, if you can, of the Creation book number 3, volume 3, there's so much stuff in there. Energy fields, auras, Lemuria and Atlantis, there's some stuff in there. There was more in book 2, but so yeah, they're not the cheapest things in the world. Book 1, it's like $25. Book 2 is, I don't know, $35, and this last book is $88. It's 500 and something pages. If you have that, if you have book 3, you have so much information regarding metaphysical abilities, your body, the future, what's going to happen, how things are going to get set up when our ET family come in, and they're about to drop in here. Provided I get out of here really, really soon, they'll be here at the end of the year, 2018. By the end of the year. But book 1 is about who you are, about spirit, how all this started. How did all this stuff get started? Book 2 is about how everything kept growing. And then the Great Spirit Wars, the Source War. Never been an angel war, but there was one hell of a source war. So, if you really want to understand, get those 3 books. You want to really talk to spirit guides, get these room cards and the book and the DVD. On this DVD, I pull every card in the deck and show you about, there's up, there's reverse, then there's tilting one way, the other way. There's, the more you use the cards, the more you become familiar with the symbols. The more you become familiar with talking to your spirit guides, you actually start to learn that they're there. It helps you talk with them, hear them. You'll be going down the road and you'll be just driving down the road, all of a sudden, boom, an image of one of those cards will come in your head, and then the spirit guide will give you a feeling behind it. Sometimes words, sometimes feeling. Frequencies, auras, telepathy, dowsing rods. There's, just look at it. So anyway, and those spheres, you want to wake up, make your metaphysical abilities stronger. Nothing besides a crank up. Nothing will make that happen quicker than a sphere. The full body, the max power spheres, full body or just straight up max power, and a couple other ones, they literally, while you're sleeping, They will literally be cranking yourself, just cranking you up. The strongest, the max power, and the other ones that are similar, there's a few of them that are really powerful. 8-10 feet away from you, you'll feel them working on you while you're sleeping. It's stone energy and my energy, and pure copper foil wrapped around it. So, no batteries, no electrical cord. Have it with you, whatever you know, all the time. Anyway, I gotta go. Also, one other thing, I just got pushed to look right at it. This is a crystal, actually. It's called Arae. This stuff is awesome, and kind of got Deanna pissed. I bought a bunch of it when we got some a long time ago. That stuff is strong. It's extremely fast, hyper vibrating. Crystal energy. Very high vibration. Selenite is very strong. And then there's the strongest crystal there is on the planet is this right here. This came from a 66-pound crystal. This is dragon egg staurosinite crystal, or crystal dragon egg staurosinite, whatever. Gotta watch it. There's usually sharp edges on it. They will cut you. It's funny, my body's so fading away, but still, it's vibrating the base of my base energy focal point or chakra or whatever, but it'll go right up in your head too. Nothing stronger. If you go to thespiritualfoundation.com, you can see all this stuff. Anyway, we have, Deanna has, I say we both own this house. It's about to be hers. I'm going to show, the place is a mess. There's only so much you can do. The shop behind the house, next to the house that I built, it's 22 by 34, 18 foot tall. It's got a second floor through more than half of it. Tools, everything else for tumbling stones if we want, but there's the vast majority of the stone is going to be put out there. But I'm going to show you some pictures of some of the stone we work with. We have like 150 different types of stone. Deanna's just like me, like a lot of strong sources. They can feel your frequencies. Source is strong. No better than nothing else, just strong. When it is a pain in the butt, it's more of a pain in the butt. But whatever, that's all about to be controlled anyway. Stones are different frequencies. People's energy is composed at different frequencies. She can see how to match them up to what is good for you. Personal spheres are made all exactly what you need for you. Any other spheres she makes for you, they're all personally made. They're all individually made. And they will, even though they're made for more this or that, there'll always be a little touch of other stone in there that's more relative to you. Does not mean it won't work with someone else. It'll work fine. So, anyway. That's all the information you need to turn into who you really are. That's all I wanted. Everything's about to change. And I want you both as ready for it as possible and to enjoy as much as you can out of it. Don't worry about the old man nowhere else. Don't worry about the big things. How the government's changing everything else. That's being done for you. Okay? That's not your issue. Your issue, should you want it to be one, is to just finish finding yourself, looking at yourself more. Relax. Enjoy what's coming. Your lives will never do anything but get better. Period. You have to have strife when you're in a body having a life, but this abuse crap is leaving. Folks, love you, man. Take care.